Yeah, I play Fortnite. I'm a little bit of a Fortnite gamer. Look at this. Yeah.
Yes! Let's go!
Yeah, I'm a victory royale achiever. Disregard the fact that was 5 years ago and I haven't played the video game since then. That's okay because today we're going to learn some Fortnite storyline. The entire thing explained. The head writer for Top 5 Gaming shot me a message a little while ago and just showed me how long the script for this video was. And I was like, well, damn. Sounds like it's going to have some words in. So we're going to react. Ben is the head writer. Lovely guy. Absolutely lovely guy. Very, very nice guy. Some of you may not know there's a Fortnite storyline, but there is. Here it is. Here we go.
Fortnite storyline is 6 years in the making, and in that time we followed a journey that ties every single event, season, and character together. While key moments come and go, there is one thing that has always remained constant. It has stood the test of time as wars have been fought above it, supervillains have tried to steal it, and it is destabilized way too often. From the first appearance in the Butterfly event to now being the key of Chapter 5, this is the entire Fortnite storyline explained.
I can't believe how successful Fortnite is just as an entire game. It's just, this is what every live service wants to be. They want to be this so bad. Fortnite has stayed strong the whole time. They have Eminem. They have every character that's ever existed in, apart from Luffy. But once they get Luffy, it's over. There's no more Fortnite. There's no more One Piece. There's no more media after they get Luffy. Media will come to an end, and there will only be this until the end of time.
So many things have changed since our first video, but not where this story started. All of this began millions of years ago when there was a Big Bang. It formed every single universe.
I remember that.
And at the center of it all was Reality Zero. It's here where the Big Bang left behind a huge mass of energy, and instead of spreading it out, the energy compressed itself into an orb we call the 0 point. This is tethered to every single reality in existence, connecting the entire omniverse, and that's what makes it so incredibly powerful.
Which is why Peter Griffin is now allowed to default dance on Batman's corpse.
The result, it needed to protect itself from anyone who tried to wield this power, and this is where the island is created. On the surface, it appears as a powerful storm with a fake sky, appearing as a huge bubble in space and time. Anyone who tried to visit
I saw the upside down there. Don't think I didn't see that.
would either be wiped out by the storm's defenses or manipulated by the 0 point's strange
Batman.
effects, until one man came along. Against all of the odds, he captured control of the orb and began to wield its power. We know him as Geno. He's a scientist who is obsessed with perfection
and he's hot too. That gives him at least +3 points, right?
Leader of a medieval kingdom known as the Oathbound. During his time ruling as a champion, Geno started to experiment with future technologies. We're not sure how he discovered the 0 point, but once it was located, he instantly realized its full potential. His long-term vision was to create the perfect society, and his time with the Oathbound was just phase 1 of his true destiny.
This guy seems like the kind of guy that would be voiced by Connor Dog voice actor. He feels like the kind of guy that has that high class, very deep and gruff, but still RP British accent. Yes, you may be correct, but you're not going to be able to stop my plans. See, they're already in motion. And once the barrier falls, everyone else shall beg for mercy.
With the orb, he knew that if he could see how every reality was made and what was different about each one, he could use that information to truly create perfection. So one day he left behind his homeworld, but Geno wanted the
He looks like a vampire.
kingdom to not lose their leader. In his place, he left behind a clone of himself known as a snapshot. There's still more research to be done into how snapshots truly work, but we do know they're created when someone leaves the loop. Originally, the loop worked very differently, but once Geno got his hands on it, he began to sculpt it for his own evil intentions. So along with the mysterious inner circle, Geno set out to create a new organization known as the Imagined Order. Their headquarters are built around the 0 point.
The Imagined Order, because he imagined it. He's very creative, actually.
Being codenamed the Bridge. With the newfound power, the IO were able to control the effects of the storm, alter people's memories, even unlock immortality. Now, to recruit people for their perfect society, the IO created the Loop. It's a program.
I love how there's just Fishman here too, and we're just like disregarding that. Yeah, there's just Fishman, of course.
Each other, but to make it a fair battle, it removes your memory, ability to speak, and every 22 minutes you fight all over again. It sounds like a great way to judge people, but no one would ever agree to this. So they started kidnapping subjects from countless realities. It was working perfectly. As more fighters proved themselves, Geno offered them immortality in return for joining the Imagined Order. Not only that, their whole
This is a crazy thing to do. It's like backwards the Hunger Games.
family could live on the island and experience the same benefits. It's why we see towns and houses on the map. Not everyone is as lucky.
Yeah, except none of them are actually lived in. They all are abandoned. So presumably no one's actually living in these towns and houses. And you, honestly, every 20 minutes, someone goes through them and smacks them up. Someone busts into my house, starts breaking down the doors so they can build barricades later on. I'm gonna be a little bit upset. I probably wouldn't live in that area either. This whole invite to become immortal and you can live in this area thing doesn't sound like a very good trade, if I'm honest.
No, in fact, some IO guards don't even know they had a previous life. Their memories got wiped as they were forced to know only one thing: how to protect the Order. Thousands of years later, the organization had grown massively and mostly went under the radar until they kidnapped the wrong people. Those who were
The wrong people? Can I make a guess on who the wrong people is? Is like Goku? Peter Griffin? They shouldn't have kidnapped these two. This duo is gonna take them down.
For the loop and managed to escape it without consequences.
Never mind, no, it's not.
Group of vigilantes are from all corners of the universe, and despite being very different, they have one goal: destroying the imagined order and liberating the 0 Point. We know them as the Seven.
The good guys. Wait, okay, I know a different Seven from the boys. They're not.
March 20th, 2018.
Not quite the same.
People living on the island look up to the sky. Something is approaching. They rush to grab a telescope, getting a closer look at the object shooting towards them. It's a meteor. Panic ensues as they try to predict where it'll.
Panic ensues, and one of the characters is just. What are we gonna do? We're screwed. We're gonna die. We're gonna be so dead like soon. It's gonna suck.
Hit, with some villagers thinking it's aliens or an extraterrestrial visitor, and if only they knew how right they were. In April, TVs around the island begin to show an emergency broadcast to prepare for the collision. As the meteor gets closer and closer, they brace for impact.
You have a Predator missile in one of these? Brace!
A huge crater is left.
I think we're okay. It was just in the video.
As the imagined order rushes to investigate, they build a facility at the crash site, disguising themselves as the government. Well,
dude, the government of where? The government of who? This is an island with like 100 folk on it that battle it out, and then where's the government?
They weren't fast enough. A mysterious character breaks out of the meteor and escapes the facility, and this is our first introduction to the Visitor.
He seems happy.
The capabilities of their airtight suits, which we learn later on protects them from the effects of the loop. It's a success as he steals a rocket from a film set and converts it to rift back home.
He steals a rocket from a film set? That is some crazy MacGyver and ingenuity. That's a good rift. That's a really good rift.
A harmless mission. Instead, it began the Fortnite storyline as we know it. A simple rift that would ultimately invite pure evil to the island and kickstart 6 years of bloodshed and war. So
why is it that these things always invite evil? Why can't they just invite some chill guys with some brewskis and a quad bike?
Before the Visitor's rift can close, a dark energy emerges.
The government has spotted oil in the dusty divot, and they were like, hang about, that's ours now.
It's a cube? Well, this may look relatively harmless. It has the power to destroy the island in a single blow. It's bright purple, flowing with corruption, which spreads to anyone who touches it. And so this cube begins to roll around the island, leaving behind runes while searching for its target, the 0 Point. Eventually, the search leads it to Loot Lake, where the cube begins to destabilize.
Oh, if it finds the 0 Point, what, it's gonna blow it up and kill everyone?
The 0 Point is barely able to defend itself, and within months, it's already facing a new threat. A huge shard of ice crashes into the island, bringing a harsh winter with it and a mysterious castle of unknown origin. It belongs to a power-hungry king who we learn has plenty of prisoners. One of them is trapped in blocks of ice, and as the fragment crashes into the island, he's able to break free. With the chains gone, he's revealed to be the Fire King, a rival who is equally as powerful. Both of them want to take the island for themselves. As opposite elements, they can't survive the climate of this place.
Okay, in theory, the Fire King eventually wins because fire melts ice, right? I know that ice would cool down fire, but I feel like fire is this just because I'm a Pokemon player? I'm just like locked into Pokemon type advantages and disadvantages.
So the Ice King covers the island in snow, cooling the temperature to his liking. His arch nemesis responds, stealing dragon eggs from the dungeon and using them to create a small army of hybrids. It's enough for him to fight back and create a huge volcano that'll destroy Polar Peak.
Oh my, okay.
Before his plan comes to fruition, the Ice King defeats him in a war, with the prisoner frozen in the ocean for good. Well, fortunately for him, the volcano still erupts, sending fireballs hurling at the island's biggest cities, and of course, the castle. It breaches
Tilted Towers, not tilted!
The iceberg, unleashing a monster that was secretly kept in the deepest dungeon. Yeah, it immediately breaks free, and the Imagined Order don't really care. They're perfectly fine with the monster damaging the island, as long as it doesn't touch the 0 Point.
Oh, that's sick. Are these are all in theory, events that have happened before, right? This is pretty sick.
The solution is to create a doomsday weapon that'll wipe out everyone on the surface, including the monster. Well, that's when a prisoner of their own speaks up. The Paradigm, a member of the Seven, explains that they can't just let everyone die, so she offers a better solution, to pilot a giant robot and kill the monster herself.
I have a better solution. Make me a mecha. It'll be so sick, I promise.
Forward with the plan, constructing the mech in the hollowed out volcano. It is time for the final showdown.
That's pretty sick, to be fair. I do remember I did watch the Fortnite storyline in chunks that I think have been changed since then. So I remember a lot of the individual events that happened in this. Like, I remember Geno, and I remember this massive mecha and all of those things. There's no proper coherent storyline that has been meshed together until this video. So I feel like this video is the proper video that we got to see. What is this, Pacific Rim? You know, this probably was a Pacific Rim crossover of some kind. I have no idea if it was or not, but that's pretty... Hey, your mecha's way bigger, though.
And in the ultimate live event, Paradigm slays the monster with the sword. The rotting corpse is left on the island. She knows that if she sticks around, the IO will recapture her. So she begins her escape, flying directly upwards into space.
I have to go now. My planet needs me.
Mission, investigate where the monster came from. When they learn about this, the Seven are furious. They think she betrayed them by working with the IO, and after her escape, it's radio silence. Pretty quick, they learn that a robot was crashed into a nearby planet called the
Is that fucking Iron Man?
Moon. The temperature is simply way too cold for a human to survive, so she must have never made it. And that brings us back to the island, where the Imagined Order has bigger problems than their prisoner escaping. Before the monster was killed by Paradigm, it broke into the 0 Point's vault. Grabbing the orb, she used it to stun the Devourer, but this left the 0 Point exposed, and it
Freddy Fazbear in Fortnite, someone said. Hey, if they put Freddy Fazbear in Fortnite, every 8 to 14-year-old in the world is going to have their brains melt. They won't know how to process it. Their non-functioning brain cells won't be able to process what has just occurred in front of them, and it'll just melt out of their ears.
Destabilizing fast. As it begins to implode, the Imagined Order has no hope of saving it, but luckily someone else does. The Seven are sworn protectors of the 0 Point. Time itself is breaking down, bringing the Meteor and other locations from the past to the island. Out of the new Meteor emerges our latest member, the Scientist, who is already preparing a plan to save reality. He builds these rift beacons around the island, using the power to gather resources and prepare the other members of the Seven for their plan. Together, they'll use rifts to unpause time and jumpstart the 0 Point into stabilizing. But for that to work, they need the Meteor.
The Meteor that crashed into the planet, right? We're just gonna go and get it. Hey, old mate, can you go get a Meteor real quick? You just pop down to the shop, get a Meteor, yeah? And some milk. I think we need, do we need bread? Yeah, can you get some bread too, please, mate? Yeah, just don't forget the Meteor. Like, the milk's whatever, but do we need bread? We do need bread. Holy shit, look at this. Oh, are they creating a rift so the Meteor will go through the rifts? Oh, there's a lot going on right now. That is pretty sick. Yep, yeah, the Meteor came through the rift. That's really cool. Damn, look at that. Holy shit. Is that a bat signal? There's a bat signal. Why is there a bat signal now? Oh, that's really cool. Ah, hey, look at that go. Damn. Look at the island. Oh. Uh-oh, getting sucked. All right, that's not the kind of suck you want. Okay. Did you get the bread? I don't think we need it anymore. Oh. Goodness me, that's a lot going on. That was chapter 1.
The island has now been reshaped by the 0 Point, split into 2 pieces of land that sandwich the orb for extra protection. The Imagined Order needs to re-establish control over the island, and fast. They send agents to survey the area, but quickly they come face to face with their snapshots. But only one problem, these snapshots are different. They're altered by an evil mad scientist known as Chaos Agent.
Why there's always the evil guys? There's no chill guys that just want to hang out in the hot tub.
Scientist belongs to a secret crime syndicate, Shadow, founded by Midas, a powerful and greedy leader. His true power is in the form of the Golden Touch.
Oh, he's Midas. He's King Midas, and everything he touches turns to gold, right?
Placed on him after he tried to steal the treasures of an ancient king. And despite this, Midas's organization is taken from underneath him.
I wonder how many historical references there are really in Fortnite. I wonder if Geno is some kind of reference to maybe an evil version of King Arthur, potentially.
As Chaos Agent rises to grab power. With his vast wealth, Midas makes a new organization, Ghost, and its purposes are very
There's Ghost and Shadow?
different. Instead of committing crime, Ghost becomes a secret agency that spies on the mysterious activities around the island. Quickly,
They're not very
Midas
secret.
learns about the loop in the Imagined Order, and he is blown away by their evil plans. This causes him to recruit his daughter Jules, who's been a master engineer her entire
Jules, wait. The daughter of King Midas, whose every touch turns things to gold, is Jules. I love the naming in this. It's so
life.
great.
To distract the IO from his plans, he wages war against Shadow to cover up his true intentions, building a device that'll destroy the loop for good. He believes the key to doing this is the Storm. It's how the Imagined Order enforced the loop by bringing it in every 22 minutes to kill whoever's left standing. So by pushing it back, you'll free every
I wonder why it's 22 specifically. Like, 20 seems like a nice round number, but they increased it to 22.
trapped by its wrath. What he doesn't know is that the Imagined Order is already keeping tabs on him. John Jones is a field agent who has dedicated his life to the Order. Under their oath, he has done covert work on the island hundreds of times, leaving a snapshot every single time he re-enters the loop. But before Jones can figure out Midas's plan, it is sprung
No, I know it's the time for a Fortnite match. I'm saying, why did they make Fortnite matches 22 minutes instead of 20 minutes?
action as the device event.
Why not? True. Oh my god, look at this. The effort in the CGI in the events is fantastic. To be fair, they do make a lot of money, so they can afford it.
Midas's plan works until things get weird. He didn't account for the fact that the storm isn't just lightning, it's alive
Idiot.
and controlled by the 0 point.
Must be connected to the loop. But there's no way we could have predicted that it would react this way.
Time for Fortnite Atlantis Edition. Fortnite
The
Bioshock.
storm protects itself by creating a giant wall of water. Midas has failed, and over time the wall collapses, flooding the
Stupid
island,
idiot
wiping
Midas.
out Ghost and Shadow's territory. It isn't long before Agent Jones has to face yet another threat to the IO's reign.
TikTok. Just look at him. He can't stop scrolling. He can't help himself.
Turns out that when the 0 point created this reshaped island, it released an enormous amount of energy. In a case of extreme unluckiness, it got the attention of a being from another universe.
Galactus.
One
Oh
that
my
we are
god.
very familiar with.
Fucking
It is here that
Galactus.
Crossovers enter the storyline.
This is where Fortnite should have ended. Galactus swoops in, consumes everything, consumes the 0 point and all that, and then just takes off. That's what should happen
This
here,
threat from
right?
Outer space is none other than Galactus, Devourer of Worlds. He's drawn to this massive energy surge and is desperate to consume the planet that contains it. Of course, it's the Fortnite Island, and because Galactus is from the Marvel Universe, it also brings a whole cast of characters to protect us. If he's able to devour the 0 point, it would destroy reality as we know.
That is very looming and very, I would say, quite scary, actually. Just seeing Galactus loom in the distance is quite a scary thought.
This kickstarts a plan from Tony Stark to build rift beacons around the map and bring his lab to the island. Every day, the island's residents see this being get closer, and just before he arrives, the plan is revealed. Tony spent all this time building custom battle buses and fitting them with explosives, cannons, and lasers, and now the day has come.
What in God's name is this skin? Thanks, Tony. You've done it again. You've cracked the case. Oh, no, never mind.
We're able to fight him off, and ultimately,
What?
he maybe got a little too much power before he rifted him away for good, and this causes major problems. With Galactus
Fortnite beat Galactus? Power scaling people are gonna go crazy for this one.
exposing the 0 point, it has once again started to destabilize. We know this time period as the Zero Crisis, and this time the 7 aren't here to save it. So right now the Imagined Order is panicking, but for a different reason.
TikTok has been shut down. They're going crazy over there.
Reality breaks down, they just want to make sure nobody jumps into the 0 point and escapes the loop. So they send Agent Jones on a task. He travels through 88 different realities, jump after jump, to recruit the galaxy's best bounty hunters, so they can hunt down those trying to leave.
Oh, fucking Walking Dead. Hello, Michonne from The Walking Dead. Fortnite needs your help.
After spending months on this task, he returns only to find that the 0 point is worse than he left it. He begs his boss, Dr. Sloan, to do something, but she won't listen.
What's the point of recording these logs if you're not gonna listen?
Facts.
Lost control of the 0 point. Do you get what that means? You must not, because you're doing nothing. I've dedicated my life to the Order. I've given everything. And for what? To just sit back and watch reality end? That's not who we are. At least it's not who I am. Not anymore.
Time is running
Wow, I appreciate the performance that Troy Baker put into that. That was pretty
out,
good.
and Jones refuses to submit. Instead, he takes matters into his own hands, defecting from the IO for good. And that's when he breaks into the bridge searching for a secret file.
This is Agent Jones requesting access to restricted file 8752.
No, that's restricted. You can't have it.
Oh, really? No time to stabilize reality, but plenty of time to revoke my credentials. This is Agent Jones requesting access to all materials related to the 7. Oh, great! If you're not gonna give me what I need, I'm just gonna have to take it.
That's
So
a pretty
he
good
does.
performance.
And with his newfound knowledge, he hops on a battle bus and heads straight for the island, where the 0 point is on the brink of imploding. He rushes through all of the hunters he spent months recruiting and gets there just in time.
Fucking Street Fighter. It is so funny. Since I haven't played Fortnite in many, many years, I actually don't know who's in it and who's not. I just know that Goku is in it. I think Naruto's in it. I know Peter Griffin's in it. I know Batman is in it. That's pretty much it. So everything else is like a little treat. I also know that Calcia from Mistborn is in it, which is huge for me because I'm a massive Mistborn fan. I love Brandon Sanderson books and Mistborn is absolutely fantastic. So you know what? I'm totally behind that. You've done it again, Jonesy. Well done.
It actually worked.
It works. You killed the Rock. Is the Rock in Fortnite?
Look, I know you have no reason to trust me, but... Oh no. Hang on, let's talk! Let's talk! Geno! I can get you to Geno.
And the sisters?
I can get you all of them. But I need your help to fix that.
Finally, we are introduced to the Foundation, the leader of the Seven who has been
Foundation?
rivals with Geno for centuries. Now that Jones has offered to give him Geno, he's actually willing to help protect the 0 point. As it starts to break down,
Why do they all look so evil? Like, why would you make your uniform to just look evil? Even if you are evil, you shouldn't be making your outfit to look evil.
the orb blooms like a flower. Jones has studied it his entire life, but this is the first time he's seen it react like this.
That's
So
pretty.
There's no time to admire it though. It's destabilized and is already way too far gone to save. The only option now is to contain the blast. The Foundation seals himself in a tower of stone, and in the ultimate sacrifice, tells Jones to overload his portal gun.
Oh, the Foundation is just him. I thought the Foundation was an organization, but no, it's just this
leaving
guy.
them both trapped in the loop.
Oh, it's like Avatar. Wow, it's just like Avatar.
The Spire encases the 0 point, with reality waves sending the island into a wild and feral state. It's overtaken by a primal biome as the IO scrambles to maintain control. They bring in the Spire Guardians, who are here to defend the 0 point secrets from ancient hunters such as Raz. He claims that the Spire has been called
Ah, yes,
to
Raz.
him in his dreams, and he traveled here on a mission to learn its mysteries. While tracking down the island's
seems nice.
artifacts, he discovers an unseen reality log left behind by Agent Jones.
Great hair.
Listen to the crystal song.
Raz immediately begins searching for the Spire's mysterious crystals, which in turn lead him to the ultimate artifact. Before we can stop Raz, one of Jonesy's snapshots gives us a chilling warning. There are people who think the Spire will make them powerful. It will, but it will also exploit their every weakness. Do not allow the Spire to corrupt someone powerful, or Jones does not stand a chance. Go now before the Spire traps
He is just a guy, and there are so many people in this universe that could easily solo a
any
guy.
more attention from the... Never mind, just hurry. Well, it's already a little too late, because Raz has found a crucial artifact that is way too dangerous to wield on his own. This shard is all too
The Elder
familiar.
Scroll.
It's a piece of the cube that almost destroyed the island with the corruption still intact. Upon Beyond wielding it, Raz succumbs to the darkness, becoming aggressive and evil. Now we're able
He's Dark Raz. He's
to
evil
take away from his
Raz.
time, but the damage has already been done. Now before we can discover just how important this key moment was, a comic reveals an extraordinary amount of secrets hidden underneath the island. As a DC crossover,
Batman.
it revolves around Batman, who has been trapped in the loop after investigating a rift in Gotham City. As the world's greatest detective, he is able to prepare an escape plan. With the help from Catwoman, he escapes the loop by standing in the center of the storm in the final seconds. Now, free to roam the island out of the
he's
loop,
so
he comes
smart.
across a group of inhabitants. They form an alliance and decide to get out of Reality Zero for good.
Okay, I feel like I'm understanding this a bit more now. The loop is kind of separate to the island as a whole. The loop is the kind of battle royale thing that happens, but the island as a whole is something that's inhabited by people and people live on it
The
regularly.
problem is, they can't just swim away, they would disintegrate. And now that they've escaped the loop, there are no second chances. Death is permanent. There's only one way to get home, and it's the same way they got here, through the 0 point. The group is able to unlock one of the metal bunkers on the island and
I remember those metal bunkers. They've been around since the start, haven't they? Those little metal bunkers, and people were theorizing on what could be possibly inside of it, but they never opened up for like the longest time.
ground in search of an escape. The room is extremely ancient, protected by massive golems and swarms of IO guards. It's a tough battle, and in the chaos, Fish Stick is killed by an unknown figure. It
Fish
becomes
Dick? Oh, his name's Fish Stick, isn't it?
apparent one of the group is working for the Imagined Order. The others, still in shock, decide to carry on. The further they progress, the closer they get to the 0 point. Eternal Voyager, in his desperation to escape, sprints into the orb and immediately gets split into a million pieces. The 0 point
Idiot.
cycles through countless realities per second, which killed him instantly. He got his wish, he'll be voyaging for eternity. After hours of discussion, the
Does he get split up and sent to all of these separate universes and parallel dimensions, or is he just like there's just splat on the wall like a dead fly?
figures out how to calibrate the orb. Renegade Raider goes home first before one of the members reveals a dark secret. Deathstroke has been working with the Imagined Order all along. He
Deathstroke was bad the whole time? With a name like Deathstroke, you would never have imagined it.
was the one who killed Fishstick. So they break out into a fight before tying up Deathstroke, and most of the others escape to the 0 point as the Gotham City crew are left standing. Once the 0 point has finally been calibrated to their homeworld, Deathstroke flees to Gotham City as Batman and Catwoman go after him. Once they're home, the memories come flooding back. They may have worked together in the loop, but in their previous lives, they were rivals. More importantly, both of these events have worked together to allow the next phase of the story to progress.
They're gonna kiss, aren't they?
All the way back to Raz, his use of the Dark Shard has gotten the wrong kind of attention. This is what Jonesy Snapshot warned us about. So as we look to the sky, UFOs begin to abduct loopers, crop circles appear, and a conspiracy theory
Is this gonna be the Destroy All Humans crossover? Because my god, that game is so good. That game needs a little bit more love. I know there's got remakes recently, but we need some Crypto Spiridium 146. God, what freaking crypto was it? We need some Destroy All Humans love. Great series.
Mari starts broadcasting about it. She warns the people of the island that aliens are coming, and this is far too dangerous for the IO. More importantly, Dr. Sloan, Agent Jones' boss, is dedicated
Aliens are coming? There's fish people running around. Is Goku's in this? He's an
to
alien.
shutting down this broadcast, but the invasion has already begun.
Christ almighty. That's rather large. I mean, it's just over. There's no way. They've got the 0 point. It's pretty Jover at this point. It's not coming back from that. Foundation, no! Does he know how to swim? Oh, I hope
Sloan
someone
has
taught him
no
how to
choice
swim.
but to fight against them in the name of keeping control and
Fucking Rick from Rick and Morty. Rick from Rick and Morty could solo that UFO probably really easily.
maintaining order. The mothership sends a huge army down onto the island known as the Chimera. Their goal, annihilate everyone while the ship above abducts major locations. It moves around taking Slurpy Swamp, Coral Castle, and has its eyes on Holly Hedges. The Chimera also scan Looper's minds in an attempt to locate the 0 point, but Sloan has an epiphany. She's figured out that the Imagined Order has a mole who is secretly divulging information to the enemy. It's a perfect situation that can be manipulated as she feeds Maven false information. Of course, this gets into the hands of the Chimera, who learn that the IO secret base of operations is at Corny Crops, and yeah,
Corny Crops? I mean, that's the perfect place to hide it, right? No one would think it was the farmers. People don't give farmers enough credit. They think they're dumb. Farming is really hard, and it's taxing physically and mentally. If anyone could build a secret base and have no one find it, It's the
Yes,
farmers.
this is true, but what they don't know is that Sloan has filled the complex with a huge bomb. So right on cue, they move to Corny and abduct the POIs, satisfied that they have cornered the imagined order. Only this is part of a secret plan known as Operation Skyfire, and
And this was 2021 as well. That's still 2 years ago.
Troopers, aka us, to sneak on board and make sure everything goes smoothly. We break out of prison, making our way through the mothership, which at this point is full of guards and obstacles. Eventually, though, we make our way to the final room, an abduction chamber with Corny Complex and all of the bombs attached to it, primed and ready to go. Satisfied that Operation Skyfire
Jesus, how many fucking bombs do you need, brother? There's like 100.
success, Sloan arms the bombs. Now, there's only one problem. The aliens have a last trick up their sleeve.
We thought it was gone for good.
The cube's back, baby!
Last time it nearly
It's
destroyed
back!
the island.
Doc Raz will be very pleased to find out.
Able to shut it down, but with 2 minutes
Oh,
left
okay.
until detonation, Sloan delivers the bad news.
You played your part. Now I
She's
have to
betrayed.
play mine.
She's
We are
betraying.
fighting a war in which we are hopelessly outgunned.
Are you betraying?
I won't bring you home.
What?
Not if there is a chance that thing can make it back to the island.
You know what? I respect it. You're right. Don't bring us home. We will die for the cause. We will die to ensure that Fortnite Battle Royale may continue.
Over and out.
The loopers are panicking, desperate for a way out. We approach the
Wait, they're loopers. So they just loop again, surely.
cube and collectively use our power to remove its corruption and restore its purity. Now glowing blue, it's on our side until the ground begins
They
to
just
rise.
touch it?
We've been
They just touch it and give it happiness juice or what?
standing on an elevator this entire time, and it was taking us higher and higher into the mothership. Turns out there's one final reveal, a plot twist that would send waves through the Imagined Order's ranks and change our perspective on the story forever. The Chimera didn't bring the cube from Chapter 1. In fact, they're not even the Chimera. That was just an enslaved army. The true
Okay.
evil was in this room. It is here we meet the last reality.
Oh no, there's infinite cubes. There's nothing but cubes. God, it's like the Klingon, but purple. Christ almighty, that's far too many cubes. We need some circles or triangles at least. Is this what happens in the future? Is there no way to escape this fate? Well, at least we got a parachute, surely. Oh, well, never mind. Okay. Well, at least we don't take fall damage. No,
They've
wait.
taken down their mothership, but Sloan's plan backfired. Now all of these cubes crash onto the island, and one of them has become the most powerful villain to date. Sure, these
You stupid idiot. Sloan. You should have known that would happen.
by a dark evil, but that power is controlled by a sinister character known as the Cube Queen. Exiting
Wow.
her golden shrine,
Okay.
she summons her army of caretakers and cube monsters to fight off the IO forces. Now you gotta understand, the last reality are very different to our villains of the past. Every threat we face has wanted to take control of the 0 point for themselves, aside from Galactus. But this motive is extremely
What, Galactus wanted to eat it, though, surely.
worrying. The Cube Queen and her minions want to use a 0 point to destroy everything that has ever lived. Because it's tethered to all realities, they can eliminate life as we know it in an instant, making them truly the last reality. The Queen's plan has already come into fruition.
Oh, okay. So so from all of these different universes, she's like, I don't like it, but I don't care for these universes. Want to get rid of them. We're gonna be the only universe, baby. The best, the cube universe. No triangles, definitely no circles. Spheres, don't think so.
But she needs the full power of her fleet back home in order to make it work. She sends her army of cubes to the center of the island, directly above the 0 point where they create a pyramid known as the Convergence. Sloan was fooled by the last reality during Operation Skyfire, but knowing what she's up against, it is finally time to put together a real plan, except she doesn't. Instead, the Imagined Order are more distracted by their newfound prisoner, Agent Jones. After being stuck in the loop, he was arrested for treason.
The fact that he is still about and he's still alive, it boggles my mind. This is just a guy. Just goes to show that even the lowliest of humans can still make an impact, and you don't have to have amazing powers. You don't have to have the Force or Super Saiyan.
Treason, but little do they know, someone else has been discovered too. The Foundation, dropped at the bottom of the ocean,
Well,
wakes up.
yeah.
Months have passed since
What, months? He's been chilling there for
he was
months?
ejected from the 0 point, and he has no idea where he is. Leaving the ocean, he stumbles across Gotham City. The
Some of the fucking sentences in this video are so funny to me. Yeah, go ahead.
Is calibrated to. In this strange world, the Foundation is immediately approached by Batman, who assumes he's a threat. After fighting, they talk it out, where the Foundation reveals that he has sworn enemies with the Imagined Order and has nothing to do with the loot. They want to take down the IO and liberate the Zero Point, just like Batman does. He explains that the Seven have always had an advantage over the IO because they have the ability to create sideways rifts. This is a way to traverse different realities without the Zero Point. This technology was experimented with in Chapter 1 through the rocket launch. The only problem is,
yeah, and it really fucked things up, didn't it?
It takes a long time for the rift to close, making it extremely risky. On the other hand, the IO doesn't know how to do this. They need to use pure portals, basically the ones opened by their guns. So learning all of this, Batman agrees
they have portal guns? Is it just, are they gonna do some testing? Is GLaDOS here? Is there gonna be a GLaDOS skin in Fortnite?
Foundation return home. Once back, he realizes that he needs to find Agent Jones immediately. A lot has changed since being thrown from the Spire, but before then, he must update the other members of the Seven and figure out a plan to stop the last reality. Sloan and the Imagined Order have never cared about the fate of the island. As long as they maintain control of the orb, everyone dying, it's perfectly okay. It's happened time and time again,
messed up, Sloan.
like Zero Crisis or the Final Showdown, but the Seven, as usual, have to swoop in and save the day.
As per. Christ, the Cube Queen's going crazy. Hold on. You say you're the Cube Queen. However, your power is emanating in a circular format. What kind of Cube Queen has a circular power? And also, the portal that you've opened is quite circular. I don't think this is any kind of Cube Queen at all. I think this is a fraud. More like the Fraud Queen. Oh, and your spaceships? All circular. Absolute fraud.
Wake him up.
Who? Oh, all right.
You just had to be the hero, Jones.
You have some nice
You know
glasses.
what happens to heroes?
They, live to fight another day?
Not this time. Do it.
No.
They're not gonna kill Jonesy.
This isn't personal, Jones.
It sounds personal.
You plan to enjoy it.
It sounds incredibly personal.
Let's see what that is.
It's the Foundation. He's back again. Wait, he's turning people into cubes. Is he the Cube King?
Impossible. I watched you die.
Oh my god. Oh my god, it was the fucking Rock. I got over it. Jesus Christ. Wait, wasn't he? Hold on. When I said is the Rock in this game, wasn't it when this guy was on screen?
You came back for me.
I think since I have seen videos related to this in the past, I maybe have just subconsciously remembered, but since I've watched those videos all those months ago, I have forgotten 99% of what happened in this. So I did not consciously know that was going to happen. Maybe I subconsciously knew it, but that's still kind of funny.
You promised me Jeno.
Well, love you too, buddy.
Yeah, but that was like a few months ago, and you know, things change, don't they?
Everyone follow me to the bridge. We'll be...
Didn't you already do this video? I did a video like it from the disjointed videos that we created about the lore beforehand, but this is like actual concise version of it that makes everything come together more. Also, since then, I've pretty much forgotten everything that happened in that video.
Rotation at 15 degrees.
Don't worry, guys. I'll move the bus by myself. It's right up here, and I will give you a water break soon.
Wow, you're so nice. I love how they're so Marvel in the way that they make the dialogue. Everyone's got to have a funny little quip. Everyone's quipping every day. You got the very serious villains, and then you got the quippy heroes.
Heads up! I know another way. Guys! Careful, edges are high.
Yep. There's got some quips in there.
30 degrees.
That's the last one. We did it.
Where's my gun?
Okay, I may have
Dropped it. Oh my god, he did drop it! Yo! I can't believe I fucking predicted what he was gonna say.
In the 0 point.
Why does she make me keep saving you?
Well, what about that?
Get ready to swim.
They need to get Bioshock in Fortnite. That's a cool skin. Oh my god, that's beautiful. What the fuck is that sea creature? Whoa. Oh, it's not a creature, it's the island. That's pretty bad. In this situation, this is a situation that you don't really want to be in. That was chapter 2?
Flipped. The Imagined Order have been caught by total surprise, but so were the Seven. Their plan to take back control of the island has been stopped short by the caretaker breaching the wall, and because of this, their hiding spot for the past 4 years has been revealed. This whole time,
4
they were
years.
on the other side of the island at a place named Sanctuary, where they can keep their friends close, but enemies closer. Now, this peaceful retreat has been exposed to the Imagined Order, who are furious and already planning their counterattack. The Seven and IO have been at each other's throats, but never took full-scale action against each other until now, where the tension has reached boiling point, and thus the Zero War begins.
So much of a war if you've only got 7 folk. True. But you got the loopers, right?
As many loopers as possible.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you've only got 7 folk, it's not gonna be much of a war, but they got the loopers on their side.
The IO already has them outgunned. Other members of the team join the fight, such as...
Oh my god, okay. We have Iron Man, Doctor Strange. For some reason, I think the girl on the left's Angelina Jolie, Tomb Raider, but it's definitely not. Not sure who that white lass on the right there is. But that's a crazy fit to go war in.
As the Origin, who is drafting up battle plans to push back against the army. He has one of the most interesting backstories in the Seven. Once known as the Cube King, he ultimately realized
Wait, there is a Cube King?
that their dark energy could only be used for evil, so he escaped, leaving his identity behind for a new life.
Holy shit, he is the Cube King! When he was dissolving the folk into cubes, I said, is that the Cube King? I don't know if I just subconsciously remember that as well. That's so funny.
He was captured by the Imagined Order shortly afterwards, who tortured him for answers, but one day, the Seven broke in and rescued him.
Wait, is he? Is that a different guy? Is that the Foundation or is that? No, it's a different guy. Ah, man. I thought it was the same guy and I just like subconsciously put it together again. Ah, man. Okay, that's fine.
Out of that prison with a new name, the Origin, and has been their
Oh, it's the Origin,
ever
okay.
since. But he's not the only member.
Do you think they just have a random word generator? Like really cool word generator? Really cool word generator. Yeah, we got subvert, we got jaculated. Okay. Dripstone. Yeah, they just went on a word generator list and they were like, I'll be the dripstone. I'll be the hinge. I'll be the purity, the stet. I've never heard of most of these words before in my life. I'll be the bonded, the closure, evacuation, gyration.
Member with an intriguing life. The Order and the Imagined are the sisters that Foundation asked Jones to find. We don't know how they were reunited, but both of them are available to help in the war against their father, Geno. The Imagined has been spending her entire life trying to take revenge on her father. As children, he genetically modified them to be perfect warriors with immortality and super strength.
Okay, this is sounding a little bit like Thanos with his 2 daughters that he also modified to be very, very strong. Not immortal, though. Definitely not immortal.
Reality was their playground, but one day, things changed in an instant. One of the members of his inner circle offered him a bed. Could the sisters become the first ever to escape the loop, and how long would it take? Geno was confident, but his obsession with perfection was also their downfall. The sisters did end up escaping the loop, but not fast enough, and when they returned home, the loop had created snapshots. Only these versions were more brutal, and Geno had a realization. He replaced his own daughters with more powerful snapshots.
Yeah, he was like, damn, these daughters are like way better than the other ones. They're like stronger. They're like dicks. This is so much better.
Forcing the sisters to turn their backs on him and join the Seven under new names. However, despite being twins, they have...
Wait, new names? Hold on, don't worry, guys. I've got this one. All right, 2 new names. We'll have the Electrokinetics and generate a new name. The Bankrupted. There you go. There's some cool new names for you. Don't thank me later.
Different motives. The Order wants to help destroy the loop and give people their freedom, while the Imagined simply wants revenge. Despite all of this manpower,
the Imagined is not as cool as the Bankrupted.
There's only one person left who could help win the fight, and she crashed onto the ice moon years ago. Yes, the scientist is adamant that reaching Paradigm will turn the tide in their favor. As far as the others are concerned, Paradigm is dead and a traitor, yet the scientist always held out hope. He's in love with her and is desperate to see her again.
Aww.
After breaking through to her,
a love story in Fortnite? I didn't think they'd have the balls to do it.
Turns out she's alive but trapped inside the mech.
God, could you imagine the chuds and absolute degenerates if it was if it was a gay love, if they were like both men or both women. Could you imagine the reaction? They're doing the gay agenda on the kids in Fortnite.
Convince the others, scientist tells him
That's
that he was
cute.
talking with the AI in her suit instead. At that same time, Sloane is busy on her counterattack. With the loopers rally behind the seven,
Fuck's sake,
she
Sloane.
realizes they're losing the battle and decides on a more destructive plan.
One of the sisters had sex with Wolverine. What? Is that canon?
Instead of wasting resources by fighting on land, she calls up her Doomsday Department and begins working on a device known as the Collider. Yeah, the same one that was going to be used during the final showdown before Paradigm talked them out of it. If it destroys the Seven for good, Sloane will stop at nothing to achieve that goal. The Order hears about these plans and tells the others. The rescue mission is a go, not for Paradigm, but for her mech, which will be essential to destroying the Collider and winning the Zero War.
That's fair enough. The mech is pretty sick, although it is very beaten up and it has been living under ice for 4 years. So I don't know if just turning it off and turning it back on is going to be a good fix for that.
If they could do that, they need a powerful energy in order to power the mech, called...
Did they never look inside the robot?
Zero Shard. In a secret mission, the Seven sneak into the bridge with the help of Agent Jones, who explores the wreckage. He finds his old office, which is now upside down, and picks up a framed photo. It's of his wife and kids, which he left behind hundreds...
What? This is wife and kids? His wife and kids look like a Splatoon map after you finish an online game.
Kids, which he left behind hundreds of years ago. You see, when you join the Imagined Order, you swear an oath, and in return are granted immortality. Your family can also take this offer, but they need to live on the island, and Jones's family refused to do that, despite living on a dangerous homeworld. As a result, they weren't immortal and only had protection. They lived to ripe old ages, as Jones was forced to watch his wife die. As his kids got older too, he told the Imagined Order that he wanted to go back and grow old, dying with his grandchildren that he barely knew. He was just too useful to Sloane by then, and she reminded him that if he quit,
that's horrible.
Lose the protection on their homeworld. So he stayed for descendants he has never met. Now that is eating.
Oh, that's so fucked up. What the hell?
Up inside, and as he dwells on it, the mission must continue. They continue their search for the Zero Shard.
Oh, there's Wolverine and Spider-Man with the plunger.
Eventually finding out that it's located on the Ice Moon. Perfect. They can crush two birds with one stone. Well, that's until they approach a frozen castle, something that has remained undisturbed for a very long time. As the crew walk inside, they find a room full of artifacts, ancient weapons frozen in pillars. And at the end of the corridor, the Ice King.
He's back, baby! All right, get the Fire King, get another volcano on the go.
His true intentions after all this time.
His true intentions was to make freezers for everyone, so everyone can chill their food for long periods of time.
Greetings, visitors. To reach my throne room alive is an achievement indeed. Uncounted ages ago, brave allies and I began collecting items of power, things and beings too dangerous to exist. My worst fears were realized when my staunchest comrade argued for using these items to alter realities to our liking. I was forced to freeze him, my other knights, and all we had acquired. So yeah.
Wait, you were forced to freeze your knights? I thought your knights would be like, you know, a little bit good against freezing because they're like the freezing knights.
This explains why the Ice King and Fire King were at war with each other, despite the fact that they used to share a round table. He wasn't a prisoner because of a small disagreement. The Ice King was protecting reality this entire time.
Oh, well, yeah, from his point of view. Oh, well, we're only getting his side of the story. It could be the opposite way round. He could have just potentially wanted to do that. Then he didn't have an opportunity. He got beaten up by the Fire King, who potentially was fighting for good. And then he was too beaten and defeated to use the reality warping devices to his liking. So now he's recovering for a long period of time. And then they come in and he's like, oh, I was actually trying to save everything actually from the start.
The Ice Moon is so uninhabitable is because it was designed that way. So he could be isolated for all time. Now that they're standing in his impenetrable
isolated for all time.
Fortress, their presence here proves they are too dangerous to remain free. But before they can be wiped out by the Ice King, a familiar face shows up, Paradigm. She grabs them and destroys the castle.
She's back!
The island one way or another, the Zero War is about to end.
How does she know that there is a Zero War? She's not been on the islands for a long period of time. Wasn't she, if she just been chilling on her mech the entire time, did she have central heating? What she been eating, MREs?
Crew to battle stations.
Does she have internet in her mech? Is that how she saw? Has she been playing Fortnite? What? Oh, they repainted her on the way back. That's cute.
Much time to hit the collider. Clear a path. I'll get it.
Wow. Oh my God, look at this.
Legend? I thought you were on the case.
Yeah. Nothing we can't handle. Just as soon as we.
They did repair the mech. Okay.
Enemy forces have been eliminated. This is our chance. Divert power to blade strike.
There's a lightsaber. Oh, why? Oh God, yeah, mash. I like to imagine they're sitting in the attack station of the mech, just like slamming that button, really mashing that button. Oh, come on. You spent all that time charging up your sword and you just fall through the... You've got blaster feet. Just fly. Yeah, I meant the cockpit. I didn't know what the cockpit...
Commence. Dr. Sloan is the Seven's last obstacle before reaching the collider.
All right, sure. Literally just right now you can sure. Like right now. She probably has a shield though. She probably got a chug jug if we're being honest.
Whoa! You don't have to do this!
Always so dramatic. Any last words, Jones?
Come on. This is so fucking Marvel. Any last words before I destroy you? What? There's a massive robot hand right above me? No, surely not. Ah!
So with Sloan out of the picture, the Order and the Imagine look up, only to spot their father, Geno. He's here to personally face off against them.
And he has a new fit.
Gets the Order in a chokehold. This is ridiculous. You're still my blood. Just ask and I'll let you live. Send you somewhere safe. Little does he know, the Imagine isn't very interested. I have a better idea. We'll set you somewhere, father, everywhere. Yeah. One last sacrifice, the Imagine decides that killing Geno is...
Oh, what? Yeah, there's Wolverine. Okay, yeah, she's just... I guess she did have sex with Wolverine. That's kind of mad.
Worth the cost. She gets her final wish, tackling him straight into the 0 point.
She didn't die on screen. She's still alive. Come on. She got squished by a massive mech fist.
And as it cycles through countless realities, they are both ripped apart. Atoms scattered across the Omniverse.
Oh, jeez.
Who is that?
The 0 point is focused on Geno. This is our best chance to find him.
Let's go!
All right, it's up to you now. We don't have much time. Don't worry, I got you.
They make some crazy set pieces for Fortnite. I will say the events are really, really sick as well.
Jones and the Foundation chase Geno, not expecting to see him fading away.
She got smashed by a giant mech, yes, but she was in a tank. A tank's not going to tank that. She was also on a bridge that then fell however long it fell. I mean, she might be alive, but most people wouldn't live that. Tanks don't do that.
Arms, and he's slowly passing too.
But she might still be alive.
One final message for the Foundation. You always believed my methods were abhorrent, that you knew a better way. Congratulations, and now you get to prove it. I genuinely hope you're right, because if you fail, it means the end of everything. I have to go now. I have to admit, it's good to lay my burden down after all this time. It'll be nice to rest. He fades into nothing. Geno is dead, and the Imagined Order have been defeated.
He says, come on, up top. Whoa, we did it, guys.
The Zero War is over, and they won. Celebrations across the island spread like wildfire. Now the 0 point is finally liberated. It could blossom, nature takes over, but not everything is as it seems. The orb starts sending out distress signals, and strange relics begin to appear around the island. The scientist is confused and can't understand why it's doing this. But
she's immortal because she's in the IO. See, that makes sense. That makes sense. But being in a tank, it's not going to save you from that big old hammer.
It's all the work of a villain hiding in the shadows, a herald who is secretly using the 0 point to search across the Omniverse. And in her search, she finds the Nothing. This is a truly evil presence that gives her the dark power of Chrome, and it's about to be unleashed upon the island in the name of her old friends, the Last Reality.
Oh, did he melt? Oh god, that's some crazy body horror, not gonna lie. That's kind of terrifying. People melting.
Geno out of the way and the 7 caught off guard, it consumes
I don't like that.
The Scientist, Origin, and a whole lot more are devoured, turned into Chrome, while Paradigm is the sole survivor.
She was not freaking out enough there. She should have been freaking out way more there.
The only thing she could do is return to her homeworld, creating a plan that'll bring her friends back and save reality. Except Chrome is just too powerful.
She's not even made of chrome. She can walk on it, though. Wait, there's no way she's taking damage from that. Come on. Bro, there's no shot you take damage from that. We did it, guys. We used one rocket and we won. No, she's not dead. She's not dead. There's no way. Yeah, I didn't think so. Oh, she's BMing. She was pretending to be dead just so she could laugh at them. Yep, there we go. That's actual BM. This is like when a 20-year-old older brother pretends to be beaten by like a 5-year-old niece or cousin or something like that. Like, oh no, you beat me. And then they stand up and they grab the kid by like the shoulders and start swinging them around. Like, haha, actually I'm 20 years old and I'm a fully grown adult now. Oh, dude, there's fuck. That's it. All right, Fortnite's done. I mean, that's kind of OP. Such is life. There goes Fortnite. All right. Interesting way to end the series, I think. Damn, really, Fortnite
destroys the island to expose Zero Point, ready for the last reality to swoop in and take it. Lucky for us, in a surprising turn of events, the Zero Point protects itself, destroying the mothership and fleeing. It's here that Paradigm comes into play. Using Zero Fusion, she's able to work with the orb and rebuild the island. Grabbing from countless realities to form a new world, everything is pieced back together. With the set returned to Chrome and the imagined order gone, it is time for a fresh start.
What? So they just killed everyone? They just did Fortnite genocide on everyone? What? Oh, Jesus
On this new
Christ.
island, the scientist robot assistant, Amy, leaves us with a final message from Paradigm. She asks us to deliver a mysterious kinetic ore to the one who lives in this medieval castle. We do so, learning that its ruler is the Ageless, a young king who looks a little too familiar. The reality
I knew it!
is brought to the island during Zero Fusion, and it becomes apparent who this actually is. Judging from the banners, his appearance, and obsession with perfection, we're looking at Geno. Well, a snapshot of him. This is the ruler of the Oathbound who's left in Geno's place when he abandoned his homeworld. His right-hand man is Stellan the Rift Warden, who wishes to create a bridge to new realities. It wasn't possible with their medieval technology until
we need to give this reality bridge thing a rest. Clearly, it's not went well so far.
Brought to the island and discovered kinetic ore. With our refined version, they have unlocked the power to create pure portals. Yes, the origins of the Imagined Order are replaying themselves in real time, and the ore was a big help. But Stellan can't make this portal without another influence. A voice that guides him every step of the way.
This almost feels like a prequel, like they're just going back to where they were when they started.
He kept this to himself, terrified of what he would do if he disobeyed their orders.
There is a being.
Wait, that's a fella? I definitely thought that was a woman.
A shapeless man. He watches us with dark purpose. If we do not finish the rift gate, the consequences will be...
Is it Mr. Beast?
The final step in building this bridge to realities is deep in the forest, a bronze vault made to protect the Zero Point. Of course, you need this power in order to make pure portals, and the voice in Stellan's head shows in the way. Except, it's quickly becoming obvious that this rift gate wasn't made to connect realities. It's a portal leading to the Shapeless Man. More importantly, this voice in Stellan's head has dark intentions, and his identity could already be known. Only one man has the overwhelming power to rebuild himself atom by atom, the real Geno.
Oh god, they're gonna bring him back. Come on, man. We killed him for a reason. There was a whole war about it.
After the Foundation and Jones left him to die, this wasn't the
This will never happen again. Until chapter 4, baby.
And while he remains shapeless, he's directing his original kingdom to bring him back to the island. At least that's the intention. So Amy...
That's so funny. They went through 3 chapters of just trying to kill this Geno guy, and then immediately they're like, oh fuck, we need to bring Geno back.
Begins an investigation of her own as we send test subjects through the gate. They return disfigured or corrupted by darkness. It seems that everything Amy sends through the portal immediately goes searching for him as he is her creator. But when they return, they give us an update on the fate of the 7.
He's different now. They're all different now.
You know, they got chromed. Yeah, I'd be a bit different if I got chromed as well. They turned this into a horror chapter.
The Foundation once said that their armor keeps them alive in different realities, even the nothing beyond them.
But does it save you from being chromed?
Being devoured by Chrome, they're different now, slowly losing themselves to the darkness. Amy, as a robot, is programmed to protect the scientist and does everything in her power to save him. She prepares a rescue mission with a new body and goes to the Rift Gate. This will be the last time we see Amy. Instead, the portal begins to destabilize, bringing more realities to the island before breaking down and closing. The resulting earthquakes cause the ground to collapse on itself, revealing this abandoned world. The Shapeless Man's plan failed, but there's another villain around the corner, and he will change the storyline as we know it forever. Before that happens, we look deep into the jungle where our mind is blown. In the wreckage of a crushed tank, Dr. Sloan,
oh my god. She's just hanging about. Wouldn't the tank have like actually crushed in on her? So even if she was immortal, her body would still be stuck. And I'm not talking just like you could pull her out, as in the tank has been completely crumpled into a ball, completely destroying and contorting her body. Unless she respawns somewhere, she'll probably just respawn somewhere else, right?
Merge it.
I deserve an apology. No, I didn't say that she wouldn't come back. I said that you wouldn't live if you were in a tank and you got hit by a giant mecha and fell off a bridge. That's what I meant. I didn't mean, I'm sorry if I missaid it. I didn't mean that Sloane was definitely going to die because she's immortal regardless. I meant that if you were in a tank, you're not living that.
She survived the Zero War and is confused by how she got here. However, it's not long before she gets her bearings and begins to investigate this strange ancient world. In the ruins, she finds markings that predict the future, along with an apparatus used by those who lived here thousands of years ago.
And that's when Optimus Prime comes in.
They were an advanced civilization who used the stars to project the future, and yet they vanished without a trace. The markings seem to show an incoming eclipse that'll bring the end of the world. But with further research, Sloane realizes that this phenomenon isn't natural. How could the ancients predict this with the stars if it wasn't a natural event? There's only one explanation: it has already happened before. They're warning us that soon it'll happen again. So Sloane realizes the signal.
Oh my god, it's the Mayans with 2012 all over again.
All too familiar, and calls an old friend for backup. And just like that, it's time for the eclipse to arrive.
Here we go, baby, it's eclipse time!
The island is shrouded in darkness. Kato Thorne makes himself known. He's a vampire who's made a whole career collecting various artifacts from across reality.
He's a vampire?
He runs a successful hotel resort business. But in the shadows, Kato has a time machine. He uses this to travel through history, collecting relics and treasures for his own personal collection, such as Midas' severed hand, and an ancient calendar which seemed to have ties to the Seven. Now, he's arrived in 2023 at the perfect opportunity for Sloane to pull off a daring heist. She's abandoned the imagined order, or what's left of it, realizing the error of her ways, or so.
I realized the error of my ways after I got crushed inside of a tank, and I realized that, oh wait, being crushed inside of a tank is not very fun. Maybe I should be good for once.
I think, as she keeps to herself and focuses on this mysterious plan. Phase 1 of this operation involves stealing the time machine from under Kato Thorne's nose. She hires a group of professional thieves to pull off the heist of a century as they sneak.
Is that a fucking anime character?
And get away without a problem.
Where's Mr. Beast?
Before Kato can retaliate and feast on his prey, he has even bigger worries. As a time-traveling vampire, he has made a lot of enemies, especially hunters like Shimmerdusk, who have spent years chasing him. Now, without the time machine as an escape route, Kato is left defenseless, and she slays her arch-nemesis once and for all. With Kato dead and the device in Sloane's hands,
honestly.
It's time for Phase 2. They experiment with the machine at a temporary headquarters, bringing artifacts from 2018 to their front yard. It functions as intended, and Sloane is confident that this will work. She just needs a helping hand from an old acquaintance, Agent Jones. He's laid low after the Zero War, but with Sloane's influence, she persuades him to go on her secret mission, to go to the past.
Well, he's not really got much else going on. Oh, and is this back to OG Fortnite?
Thing or person without changing the timeline. So they set the date, July 12, 2018, and Jones begins his journey. All that's there to guide him are audio logs left by Sloane, as she sends messages from the future back in time with a deadly reminder.
Everything you do will ripple forward to this very moment. You're back here for a reason. And it's not to change the future, by the way. Drop that fantasy right now.
Hold on, if you go to the past, the only thing you can do is change the future. Every step you take and every move that you make is going to change the future in some kind of way. The butterfly effect, right?
It's an extraction, and you're leading the way.
Well,
so that's going to change the future, right? If you extract something.
Jones has started to alter the timeline. The Ice King and his prisoner never arrive in the island. The mech never gets constructed. And in order to do this extraction, Jones ties the time machine to the scientist's rocket. The future, for the first time, is unknown.
This is the first time in countless lifetimes that I don't know what happens next. We're both heading off into the unknown. I guess this is goodbye for this me and that you. But we'll meet again. Reality's not done with us yet. Keep the campfires burning, Jones. Wherever and whenever you go.
Thank you guys
that's
so much.
quite emotional, you know. They did a great job making this. Hey, look, there's Ben. Ben's the writer. Hey, man, you did a great job with this. A 45-minute long banger. Shout out to you. Well done. Hey, look, they did it. They did Fortnite. Fortnite is quite a long story, and it seems to make sense. Can't believe they fucking brought back Jenna. Then there was the vampire. The vampire side quest was a little wild. The Rock just randomly being there is kind of funny. It's sad that they didn't make the mech now. The mech's never actually existed. The mech never was real. Not actually real. But hey, good luck to Jonesy. Good luck to Jonesy. Good luck to all the Fortniters out there. Go and get your victory royales. If you want to see more of my dumb face, you can always subscribe to this channel too.